Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we have some pretty exclusive news. I don't think this has been shared anywhere else yet. Maybe you've seen it around. I don't know. I haven't really seen it around yet. So I am pretty excited about this because this is pretty huge news. If you have been, following Magic the Gathering and you're playing in from either the US or Canada, where these bundles are going to be, this is going to be something that you want to kind of keep an eye out for. Honestly, the rest of the world should be getting them, and I really wish they did. Assumedly, if you do have someone who lives over there and you love them and they love you, then maybe you can ask them to pick one up for you. I don't have anyone over there, unfortunately, but these are going to be some really great value bundles. I can tell you that right now. So if you haven't, if you've kind of not been paying attention or anything like that, last year we had two different bundles that were exclusive to Costco available within the US and Canada. These were these ones here with the March of the Machines Deluxe Commander bundles, which are really, really great, right? Like you've got a March of the Machines Precon, and some of those were pretty decent. Some of them were a bit meh, but even the meh ones you could still turn into a really great Precon. You got the Bloomburrow Play Booster, you got a Commander Masters set booster, and then March of the Machine. And I think March of the Machine is a really underrated set overall. So, this is overall a pretty good value because, it was $50, but some of these, if people didn't pick them up, I saw them going as like $15. $15 for a Precon, even if you've got to pull apart that Precon completely, boom. And then even these the boosters to go alongside are really great. The actual promos here were good too. And then we also had the Lord of the Rings ones. Now, most of the Lord of the Rings ones went pretty quickly. The Elven Council one was left. And I don't think that Precon's entirely awful. I think you can turn it into a really fun Precon. And then we got two set boosters as well as some promos that were pretty meh. Like these promos weren't great. However, we've just got confirmation of a new one coming out for Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which is really, really awesome. I am really happy with this. The sell price for this is listed as $43, which is putting it more in line with the March of the Machine, the March of the Machine ones, as opposed to the Lord of the Rings ones. But Lord of the Rings also has like that extra Universes Beyond tax onto it. But overall, if you're able to pick these up once they go live, they are very likely going to be great. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. I will let you guys know as to when they come out and when I get them announced. These were, exclusively someone came over to my Discord and shared them with me. So I'm really, really happy with this to kind of be able to share with you guys. Now, going through each of the Precons, I wanted to kind of talk about them a little bit to see which ones I would suggest you pick up when these do go live, because the minute they go live on the Costco website, you need to pre-order them, most likely, or purchase them, or whatever. Get them as soon as possible. When the Lord of the Rings ones went out, before they were even showing up in stores, people had already purchased out both the Hosts of Mordor and the Fellowship of Food and Fellowship one. Both of those went so fast. So really want to be on top of this. So we'll go through each of them and then I'll talk about which ones I suggest you kind of pick up. First of all, you had the Desert Bloom one, which was primarily around kind of deserts and sacrificing your deserts and then creating tokens from there. And it's got a few kind of landfall things in here, a little bit of plant synergy, not much, but mostly just kind of a whole bunch of landfall, sacrifice your lands, a few different deserty kind of things in here. And overall kind of the game plan is get your deserts out, sacrifice them, create kind of better things from there. We also had the Quick Draw one. Now, this one is based around Stella Lee, who alone is basically a crazy, crazy card. Can go infinite really, really easily. And this one was a Spell Slinger deck. So you got a lot of kind of Spell Slinger stuff to be able to, spell sling. A lot of different stuff in here to do with synergizing with casting instants and sorceries and stuff. Some really big enchantments to protect as well. And then a lot of instants and sorceries as well to kind of go alongside it, because that's what you need to cast for the whole deck. We got Grand Larceny, which was a theft-based deck that had a side theme, or almost both of them are very similar themed to dealing combat damage. And the backup commander here, Felix 5 Boots, doubles all those deal combat damage triggers as well, like a pan harmonicon, and that's how I've built it myself. So, you got a lot of different things in here around theft and dealing damage to people and stuff that's unblockable as well, to make sure that you're getting that damage in there too. And that's basically how the whole kind of deck works around, stealing things and being able to cast those cheaper and being able to, get extra treasures from casting them and stuff. The last one here was the most wanted precon, which was around the Outlaws. And Outlaws is a grouped, typal, tribal, whatever, that kind of put together assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. Now, this deck, honestly, is a little bit all over the place. They kind of added in a lot of, of those different tribes that kind of was all over the place in regards to what they did and everything. Don't get me wrong, they kind of synergize well together mostly. Like, you had a theme of treasures as well to go alongside all of these extra, warlocks, etc., warlocks, rogues, assassins, etc. But, most of it's kind of generic good stuff in regards to what those actual tribals kind of offered. So in regards to which ones I think you should be picking up, Desert Bloom is in my top 5 precons of all time, in my favorites. It's also basically been on my top 10 list of precons to purchase nearly every month for quite a while now. We also have the Quick Draw one as well. So both of these two I think are worth definitely kind of picking up. They are amazing. Stellar Lee is a great commander with I'd say 10 changes to this precon. You can take it from, a 1 or 2 up to like a 10, right? Sorry, not 10. What's the new system? A 4. You can take this up to a 4. You can easily get infinites out with it. It's just absolutely bonkers. The Desert Bloom one, I don't know. This one's here is more going to sit at 3 max, I think, if you're talking about brackets. It's a pretty good one. And then you can add in, if you wanted to, you could switch over and add in some mass land destruction. And then, you've got land to be able to bring back because you're a landfall deck, right? And that also plays lands from the graveyard while everyone else won't have that option. You've also got the most wanted one here. So if I'm talking in regards to priorities to pick them up, Quick Draw is going to be the top priority, then Desert Bloom, then Grand Larceny probably. Grand Larceny is great in, you can build a few different decks from it, branch it out, as well as playing a theft deck means that you can punch up in regards to power because now you're stealing other people's, key pieces, you're stealing their cards and being able to kind of play those kind of difficult cards that you might not have access to, whether it's because of your color or whether it's because of your color, commander's color, or whether it's just because of not having enough space in your deck, and you can bring out, steal other people's infinite combos with it, because why not? Most wanted, I think, is honestly the most disappointing of them all, personally. It has some good reprints in here, Trailblazers Boots is pretty good, Lightning Greaves is good, actual, creatures not so much anymore. They kind of tanked down a lot because of this precon. Mari used to be up to $10 or something, kind of tanked down because of this precon here. Enchantments, yeah, there's not a crazy amount of great kind of reprints in here, but overall, if you wanted to build this deck, take this deck, I would 100% take it and build Vihan as your commander because, first of all, he looks like Ben Brode, which is hilarious. And secondly, you get to do something more unique than just pump out a whole bunch of these outlaws and then attack with them. And that's really it. There's not a huge amount of kind of really fun stuff you can do with the base precon, in my opinion, but actually kind of, upgrading around Vihan and building it as a treasure deck, I think is really cool. So yeah, that's kind of my, order that I'd look at buying them in. All 4 I think are worth it, and all 4 have, some decent stuff. The Desert Bloom one's the least valuable, flat out least valuable in regards to the print value of stuff, but then it's also got some absolute bangers in here, like Ancient Greenwater. If you're building any kind of Naya landfall deck, this would be great for it as well. It's more just, I think most of the lesser value in this one is because the land base is $6.17. If we have a look at the land base for the other ones, it's got a few extra bucks on it stuff. But yeah, that's kind of really exciting. I hope to see, if you guys pick any up or anything. I hope you guys had a great day, and goodbye.